Hey there everyone, my name is Sage Peterson, and this video on lung and emotional grief clearing breathwork is brought to you by Natural Born Vitality. In this video, you're going to learn a technique that is going to help you to physically and emotionally clear out your lungs. The benefit is that it's going to help you to up-level your oxygenation as well as to clear grief that may be stored in your lungs. Most people don't realize, but each organ holds an emotion, and the negative or the challenging emotion that the lungs hold is grief. So this can really be helpful when breaking up with somebody or having some sort of loss in your life, or even clearing stuff from way back in the past. Now, many people do breath work to build up their oxygen and have some amazing experiences, but they may limit themselves physically and emotionally because they're not clearing out actually the debris in the lungs. So this practice does clear the debris out of the lungs, which can also support with other breath work practices as well. All right, so we're gonna go through step number one, and there's a few steps. So later on, after we get these steps down, we'll do them all in sequence. So step number one is going to oxygenate the lungs, and it's gonna get us out of breathing patterns that contribute to fight, flight, and freeze type symptoms like depression and anxiety and fear. So what most people do as a mistake is they breathe from their upper chest. What we're gonna do is we're gonna find our belly button, and then about 2 to 2.5 inches below, we're gonna fill our lungs from there all the way up to the collarbones. So it looks and sounds like this. And it's a somewhat aggressive inhale. And then we're gonna hold for 5 to 15 seconds. And then our exhale is going to be aggressive. So it's going to go like that. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind is on that exhale, we're actually going to root lock or Kegel. And what this is doing is it's locking up our lower chamber, and it's making the air and the energy and the cleansing come out through our lungs. So we're directing that cleansing out of the lungs. Okay, so now step number two is going to be laid on top of step number one, and this step is a little bit more sophisticated, and it really ensures that that physical and emotional debris gets cleared out of the lungs. It also is going to benefit the vitality, the expansion, and overall function of your lungs. So this is what we're going to do, is we're going to add some tapping on top of the original breath. So when we have that breath coming down here, as we inhale, we're going to take our fingertips like this, and we're going to tap our ribs, our chest, our armpit, lymph nodes, all in this area, just like this. So inhale. And then we're going to hold, and we're going to pound to further release anything that is stuck in the lungs. And then lastly, aggressively exhale. And when we exhale, we're going to bring our body forward to support with the cleansing and clearing of the lungs. All right, so now before we do these practices in sequence, I want to bring this really important piece of intention and visualization to this practice. So when we bend down and we exhale, we want to exhale truly whatever grief that is in us, and if there's a clear, we know what it is, see it coming out of us, and utilize our visualization and our intention to support the movement of our body. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get into 3 rounds of the practice. So remember that it is an inhale that sounds like this from the lower abdomen, filling up to the collarbones, holding. And as we inhale, we're going to take our fingertips and we're going to tap our chest. You can tap as hard as you want to or soft. It's up to you. And then as we hold, we are going to take the fist, pound, and then lastly, an aggressive exhale, release as we come down with our head. So intentionally bringing that out of our body. Okay, so here we go, starting round number 1. And exhale. And inhale. Remember your root lock, Kegel, and pounding. Elongate your spine. Feel everything loosening up. And exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And here we go again. Fingertips. Inhale. And pounding. Really visualizing anything, any blackness opening up, releasing, and then we're gonna take it out of our lungs, pushing it out right now. Good. Visualize it coming out of your mouth, going into the earth, and turning into seeds for trees and something positive. So exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and last round. Here we go. And inhale. Hold, pound, elongate the spine, and exhale. Good. Now just standing, palms open, feet grounded, and just feel that cleanliness in the lungs, the clearing of the lungs. And allow yourself to observe this feeling of being clear, of a quieter mind, of a sense of release, and observe that feeling for a while. Let it really integrate into your nervous system so that it wasn't just a practice, but it's actually something that is integrating into your being. Thank you all so much for joining me on this practice, and I want to remind you that this is a practice that can be done every day, 3 times in the morning, maybe 3 times in the evening. And also, you know, even if you're not feeling grief, oftentimes we do store grief in our bodies, you know, our issues in the tissues. And if you do feel specific grief from something that's going on in your life, this can be really good for acute experiences as well. Also, fall is a really common time for grief. The leaves are falling, winter is coming. It's common in the fall, so it's also a great way to support you in harmonizing with the season of fall, bringing you into winter in a healthy way. All right, thank you, and I hope this was helpful for you.